What's up? It's Govia Radio. We are in Vegas. I actually got to see this dude throw down last night. I am here at the Wynn with the one and only Diplo.
The whole Major Lazer crew. No, I'm here right now.
Yeah, where's the entourage at right now?
They all left. One went to Miami, one went to LA. I'm stuck here because I'm playing here tomorrow night at XS. I have a party here.
You're a co-creator of Major Lazer, and you threw down last night.
I do a Mad Decent Mondays here once a month, but last night was the Major Lazer. It's like a crew. We do like kind of this reggae, new school dance music hybrid thing. Go check out the album Free the Universe. But last night we played on the hard stage. It was crazy. We had like 30,000 kids there. One of the biggest crowds, they said, for the festival at that stage. And it was awesome, man.
They were saying that it's the best stage there just because it's more personal, and the whole place was filled.
It's wide. It's not like a stage with a narrow, long thing. People kind of feel like they're there from the left to the right. It's really wide, and you have behind you has the bleachers, so you can actually sit up in it and see you. So yeah, it's cool. I think it's not made for as many people as we had last night, but we had kids in the bleachers and stuff. It was dope.
So I gotta know, where were you during all? I couldn't really see the stage much. Were you the one rocking the mic? Who's rocking the mic there?
There's a guy Walshy who's from Miami. He's on the mic, and I'm on the mic too. I'm just on the decks. I'm standing on the decks. I'm climbing the trusses, and Chris, also my friend, DJs a little bit there. So we're all just chilling. It's like, kind of a fun little show, and all in and out.
There was this point during the performance where you had every single person up there with their shirts off, spinning them around in the air.
We don't take any prisoners, man. We go for as much energy as possible. We try to make it as crazy as possible. We had everybody's shirts off at one point in the set for sure.
And then all these fools throw their shirts up in the air at the same time, like it's a graduation or something.
Nobody had shirts on when they left our stage. A lot of shirtless women and men.
The fan base is so big, and it seems like it's been forever, but it's really only been a couple of year run.
We've been doing like 3 years. Our first record came out about 3.5 years ago. This new album came out 3 months ago, March. 2 months ago. And we're just in the middle of a huge tour, promoting it. We're going between Europe and America. Did a U.S. tour, sold out everywhere from Terminal 5 to Congress Theater in Chicago, Coachella, and in Europe we do like Ibiza, we do Sonar Festival, we're doing Brixton Academy in London. We're more like a live group. We're traveling all over the place. We have records on the radio that hit like the reggae markets, Bubble Butt, which hits like the urban market with Bruno Mars and Tyga. We have records like Get Free that are more like indie rock. So we're just doing everything.
I know you're probably really passionate about these genres, but you're also a businessman. You seem like you want to dominate every genre possible. Yeah. Where exactly do your roots come from to be able to relate to all of these different demos?
I've been a DJ for 15 years, growing up in Florida, and I was, collecting records before there was, CDs and there was Serato. So I'm just from the world where you had to go and bring records and play a party and rock it. I was a hip-hop DJ. I loved mixing other genres in the hip-hop sets, so I started doing that. People like Mark Ronson and Stretch Armstrong were DJs that I looked up to. DJ AM. We started developing our own style, and I think Major Lazer just kind of came out of like what I was doing, producing everybody from MIA to Usher to Chris Brown, like just doing these kind of weird records that pick up traction on the radio and become popular. I just try to make it as unique as possible. That's what our project is. Kind of like no holes barred, no barriers, just crazy ass music. Always starting the trends. That's what Major Lazer does.
Would you call yourself the godfather of trap music?
I don't know, man. I think that I was always, for me, I started doing like as like Diplo as a solo DJ. I was always into playing more rap music, even at the EDM nights, because I still live here in Vegas, and I just don't want to see them just do this all night long. That's lame, right? So when we started bringing out the trap music and stuff, they started like shaking their asses, and
when the drop comes, it's a little different. You can't just rage out. You have to
bounce and getting sexy, or I had a song called "Express Yourself" that came out last year, and it's all the whole like meme was girls doing upside down, kind of twerking on the wall.
And I don't ever like to bring race into anything, but you're talking hip hop, and this is predominantly white women or just white people in general. That's crazy for you to bring it that mainstream. It blows my mind.
I think all the music I've always been a hip hop DJ from first and foremost. Growing up in Florida, like my first genres I was into was Miami bass. That was like my first love. In Florida, it's like white kids, black kids, everybody dances to bass music. They don't matter. They know S.A. Morena. They know all the big like Latin records. They know everything. So for me, it's like, it's all about just the energy. And I think, man, if you listen, every white girl loves Waka Flocka. They love trap music. There's not a white girl you'll meet that that know every lyrics to A$AP Rocky's record or whoever it is. Big shout out to all the white girls holding it down for me. I think DJs are much more multi-format now. 5 years ago when EDM started here, it was like you had to be house and bang out with the house sets. Now you have DJs that play everything and they rock a party doing everything. So that's what I'm about that.
It seems like you are merging EDM with different genres.
Right.
Do you ever plan on merging it with something like country music?
Avicii just did that. His new single is a totally country record.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at country records. I'm not mad at anything. I think the thing when I come from Major Lazer being a dancehall project down in Jamaica, they're not afraid to mix anything together. You know, like back in the day, you had records that were like the Diwali Rhythm, Get Busy by Sean Paul was like Indian sounds. You had stuff like, you know, Bad Man Forward that was more like techno sounds with reggae beats. They don't care about anything. They just do whatever they want, and they kind of flip it their way. That's what Major Lazer's about. We just kind of do the same aesthetic as the dance hall.
People are confused about it. Obviously, they love the sound of it. Major Lazer's a character that you created.
It's similar to what the Gorillas, you know, you know how that's the easiest way to explain it. Like, we're like a character. Major Lazer is sort of a comic book that's we put our artwork out, and the music's about the party because there's no main figure in the artist. You know, it's like not like we're Drake or Chris Brown or we're, you know, Empire of the Sun. We're like a group of DJs, and we just collectively make the music. So the Major Lazer artwork represents our band. You know.
What's that song where everyone's jumping from the right, jumping to the left?
Like Palance. That's a big, you know, Caribbean record down in Trinidad. We love to have audience participation. You know, I want people to be involved in our show. I don't want them just to sit there and fist pump. That's the lamest thing, you know. That's where the EDM world's going to end up falling off because it's the same thing.
It was an actual on-stage performance. It's not just up there DJing, dropping the beat when there's a sing-along part. There was even a point where you had everyone get down to the ground, and my big ass, I'm standing there like, I don't want to get down. I got down. I got
to. Once everybody gets down around you look like a dick, so you have to go down too.
And then, show me what you got.
We love that joint. Big shout out to Showtech. We're doing some stuff with them too.
How do you want to be remembered?
Hopefully I got a lot more stuff to do. I think music's one thing I'm doing. You know, we work with film and video, and Major Lazer. In fact, the artwork is going to become a cartoon on Fox. There's a Sunday night programming called ADHD that the Simpsons are in, and we're going to be doing animation in that same line on Sunday nights. Everything, man. Fashion, just culture, art, music, just making things. I want to keep doing it. I feel like I'm just starting my career, you know. So even Major Lazer is just finally getting radio plays with Bubble Butt. We've had big records. We had Upon the Floor. Last album we had Original Dawn, which is like a big record. We've always just been putting records out. I think now our first radio record happened, so hopefully we can just grow and keep putting those radio records out.
Mad Decent right now. Are you guys recruiting for Mad Decent?
We are. You know, we love, if you got new music, our label is very unique because we love to give our music away for free and see what happens next. You know, that happened with Bauer Harlem Shake. We gave that away for free for a year. And I remember for a while we were moving like 100,000 a day on iTunes, even that song. And we gave away that song for free to everybody for like, you know, 7 to 8 months. Big shout out to Bauer. Amazing record, amazing way. When that record started to take off, we were able to like push it even further. And big shout out to the whole Mad Decent crew. So it's crazy. We were like the first label to have an instrumental #1 record on Billboard. That never happened.
Who would you say is Rookie of the Year as far as the EDM world goes?
EDM world, I don't know, man. I love my homeboys GTA from Miami. I love what they do. But when it comes to music in general, I signed a dude named Riff Raff, who is a rapper we're putting on Mad Decent, who's amazing. Did a record with Chief Keef from Chicago. So his album comes out at the end of this year, and he's gonna be Rookie of the Year. Riff Raff.
Riff Raff, you heard it right here. Actually, I've heard of Riff Raff.
Yeah. Riff Raff had that record with Chief Keef. He has a record with Migos right now. It's big in Atlanta. We have the album coming out soon. It's gonna have Drake, Wiz Khalifa on it. Just rappers love him. Yep. You know, some people are confused by him. I know he was on Hot 97 a couple weeks ago, and Ebro was like ragging him, and they had a big beef on the internet, like on the show, and that was been the talk of the internet for like the last 2 weeks. So he's very controversial, white guy, crazy, cornrows, jewelry everywhere. But he's every rapper's favorite rapper. You know, Drake loves him. Wiz loves him. We got 2 Chainz in the record. It's gonna be crazy.
Speaking of beefs, there's a lot of beefs in hip hop,
right?
But in the EDM world, people take beefs or just even the comments very personally. I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but the whole Daft Punk thing. I don't know how much you wanna.
I don't beef with Daft Punk because they don't even have internet presence, but I don't really care. I say what I want, and I don't really care. But I wish EDM had more beef because rap is way more exciting with all the beef. EDM, all the DJs are kind of pussies, so no one's really ever doing any.
You mainly see old school DJs that are hitting on the younger generation.
Always like that. I mean, there's definitely a generation. I mean, I'm from the old school.
Yeah.
But I definitely came up in the new school. I'm one of the ones that bridged this kind of internet generation with anything goes with the old school, which make respect the underground. And if you're from Chicago, you understand like the way the underground works. You know about Chicago house music. You know about everything from footwork, jerk, juke music, like how hip hop started in Chicago. For me, I've seen beginning, the middle, the end. I know how it's been around, so I have respect for all that stuff. But a lot of young kids don't. So you do see like kids like DJ Sneak from Chicago have beefing with Steve Angelo and things like that. You know, it's weird because these guys are, a lot of the young DJs, they're taking advantage of what's happening right now, and it's great for them. If the music is going out there and they're living off the buzz of house music and EDM, good for them. You can't hate on that, you know. But if they don't respect the underground, they don't respect where their forefathers and where the music come from, that's, you know, they're gonna get bragged on. Hip hop has like the gatekeepers. You know, if you do something that you don't respect, like the old school guys, they'll get ragged on by people. But in dance music, no one really, there's not like a police for that, you know. So every once in a while, someone will talk some shit. It's always good to have a discussion because I like the kids to learn about what, you know, the underground and what happened to create what we have right now. It's great to have that dialogue and that discussion.
Are you for or against the fad of becoming a DJ these days?
I think that being a DJ is great if you want to do it. I mean, I just think don't jump on trends. A lot of these kids, they just jump on something that's exciting. Like, remember when dubstep was the only thing happening?
Yeah.
And then now you can't even book a dubstep DJ. Like, no one wants to go see dubstep shows. It's like it's been already had, you know. Like, and then people like Skrillex come out and they're bigger than that genre. Yeah. You always have to think outside of that. Like, if he's Skrillex, not even a dubstep DJ anymore. He's just something bigger than that.
I've seen a lot of dubstep DJs pretty much transform to the trap scene.
Yeah, and even that, when trap moves around, like, I do everything. I've always done everything. And when trap's not trendy, then they're going to be gone too. It's like you can't really jump on trends. You got to make music that you love. That's essential. I see DJs jump on a sound. I'm like, damn, man, just make something up. Like, dude, be original. Because that's what we lack in dance music. We lack originality. Yeah. When something happens, everybody does it, and then they change it, and someone else does something. It's rare to find someone who keeps setting trends. I think what Major Lazer does, we try to do that. We never copy a sound. We always try to do something different. When you know, EDM and dance music is popping, we put out a record like Bubble Butt. It's a hip hop record, so we don't really care. We don't
it's
really.
Honestly kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But,
It's like, and then we had Bruno Mars feature on the record, and he just raps the word bubble. So it's like we don't even take advantage of anything. We just really don't give a fuck.
Diplo, you're the man. This is a great interview. Hey, Major Lazer absolutely killed it last night. You got to check that out. I'm sure EDC has some type of.
They filmed it, so hopefully on the internet somewhere.
Diplo right here. Major Lazer, new single. What's the name of that again? Bubble Butt. Bubble Butt. Bubble Butt. Bubble Butt. Bubble Butt. Bubble Butt.